Here's a walking tour of the Excellence at Playa Mujeres. And I like to do these walking tours because it helps give you a feel for the layout before you arrive to the resort. Because sometimes it can take an entire day to get a feel for the layout of a resort. So these walking tours just help eliminate that so you can enjoy more of your vacation the minute that you get there. So right when you walk into the main lobby, which is a nice large lobby, very clean. Everything is very clean here. You see people cleaning all of the time. And we did think that this reminded us of the Majestic Resort. So if you've been to the Majestic Resort, you know what I mean, where they have that staircase that goes down into the main bar with all of those windows. They have two restaurants on this level. One is this one, which is Spice, their Indian restaurant, which is supposed to be one of their best restaurants. Now, I do not like Indian food, so we did not go here. I also think it was under renovation. So make sure you watch the full review that I do on this resort, because one of the downsides was the fact that some things were closed because it is under renovation. So the spa was closed, and I think this restaurant was closed as well, but I think it's open now. So just check that before you book this resort. Now, all the way up here on the third level is the Excellence Club Lounge, which is the upgrade that you can do at this resort. So it gets you access to this lounge and to the restaurant, and the bartenders are amazing here. The lounge is really nice, but I did think it was a little inconvenient for it to be all the way up here, tucked back in the corner at the beginning of the resort. So for instance, if you're at your room, which is closer to the beach, you have to walk all the way back here, go up to the third floor to access the lounge. Now back downstairs, of course they have elevators as well if you can't use the stairs or don't want to use the stairs. And back in the main lobby and off to the right over here is the French restaurant, which we did go there one night. It wasn't our favorite, but the service was really good. The bottom of the stairs in the main level is the main lobby bar, and they serve every drink imaginable at this bar and all of the bars. The bartenders are fabulous at this resort. Also to the right, that is the restaurant that was being renovated. I think I said maybe the Indian earlier, but just keep that in mind when you're booking this resort. They are doing some renovations, so you might just want to check before booking. Now over in the back here is where you can book excursions. So if you want to take any trips, they have an excursion tour company right on site. Now over to the right is Flavor Market, which is another dining option. It's more of a tapas, like grab and go type of restaurant where you can just grab what you want and then sit down. And then finally for the lobby, they do have a little shopping area for jewelry. And then over here, I did love the gift shop. They had a lot of unique items and a really fun staff. I did mention earlier that the spa was closed while we were there. It was under renovation. So they do have this little area right here to the right where you can book services over at the Beloved, which is the resort next door. However, it was completely booked when we tried to make reservations. So they compensated us by providing a massage right on the beach, which was nice as well. I loved their coffee shop, which was Aroma. So as you can see here, it does get busy in the morning, but it has really good coffee. It has grab and go juices, sandwiches, ice cream. It's a little narrow, so it's a little bit small in there, but I loved everything that they had in there. Over here is where all the nightlife happens. So in that little market, they had a silent party, a neon party, they had a DJ one night. And then over here in the main square, in the main stage, they had karaoke and they had also nightly shows. Now behind the main stage, there's this little weird area back here where you're gonna find the sports bar and the fitness center. So we had trouble finding it first, but it's tucked behind here. And the sports bar, we really only went to film in the afternoon, so we never made it there at night, but we heard it does get fun, it gets a nice crowd. And then the fitness center was just an average fitness center. Some of the equipment was a little bit older, but this is where it is located, back behind the main stage. So now let's loop back around towards the lobby, and I'm going to show you some of the pools, the beach, and some more restaurants and bars. One thing that really stood out to me at this resort was how clean it was. So even though it's a little outdated, there was just always somebody cleaning, doing something on the landscaping. Here you can see they're even taking down some overgrown coconut trees, and everyone was just so nice, very friendly. So that's something that really stood out to me at this resort. So they have a lazy river layout pool that goes pretty much all around the resort. So these are the pools that lead up to the swim outs. Now it's not my favorite type of layout because I feel like if I'm sitting by a pool, I'm kind of also invading someone else's room and space. But it is very quiet, it's very relaxing. So if you want that type of atmosphere at the pool, you can find that over here. Now they do have another main pool, an entertainment pool, which I'll show you in a little bit, but they have a ton of seating as well, which I loved. So even these cabanas, you don't have to pay extra for. You can find them all around the resort. If you like that kind of seating, they also have hammocks in the pools all around the resort. So it is really inviting. It's just reminding you just to relax. You're on vacation and just to unwind. And these little lazy river pool areas are tucked in all around the resort. Again, a ton of seating as well. Now here is where you could book, like if you wanted to rent like jet skis or something like that, or do scuba diving lessons. So there really is a lot to do at this resort as well. So one last stop in the lobby area before we head out to the beach. And I want to show you the Italian restaurant. So the Italian restaurant is located on the other side of the lobby entrance, and you will see it here. That's also where the breakfast buffet is. It does get a little bit of a line during peak times, which I think is normal at most resorts, but it went very quickly, and it is a great breakfast buffet. Okay, so now let's head to the beach. And I love that this resort was so walkable. So it was just minutes to walk from the lobby to the beach area. And that's something I definitely look for when I'm booking a resort. I don't want to have to take a golf cart everywhere I go or wait for a golf cart. So I love that. And like I said earlier, they keep the grounds immaculate. So not only is it walkable, but it's beautiful to look around as you're walking. Now, this is the main entertainment pool where you're going to find more of that party vibe if you're looking for that. The only little downside here was there was not as much seating like I mentioned around the other pools. So we did have trouble finding seating one time around the entertainment pool, but they had a DJ one day, they had a live band. And another thing to mention is they have hot tubs all around the pools here, which I have not seen in some of the newer resorts. I think they're getting away from that. So that was really nice as well. I also love this little bar and grill that was right on the beach called Las Olas. You could get pretty much like bar food, like wings and fries and burgers. Now, they don't have a big main lunch buffet, so just keep that in mind. But this Las Olas was really nice just to sit there, have lunch while you're overlooking the ocean. Now here's the beach area, which was beautiful, and it was very private. Was another thing I loved about this resort. Since it's over north of Cancun and Playa Mujeres, you're not in that hotel zone. You're not on top of so many different resorts, so it does feel very private in this area. And the first day, the beach conditions were beautiful. The water was beautiful. However, the next couple days, the seaweed started to come in. It was a little bit, you had to find different spots to go be able to swim in the ocean, but not nearly as bad as what we experienced in Riviera Maya. There's also a ton of seating. So this area here is the non-upgraded side. And again, you can see there's a ton of palapas, there's a ton of seating. I didn't hear of anyone having to go and save seats. I'm sure that they did, but in the end that there was enough seating for everybody. And over on this side of the lifeguard stand was the Excellence Club section. So you can see that they have a little bit nicer chair pads. There was plenty of seating except for the cabanas there in the back. There was only 5 cabanas. So people were getting up at like 7 a.m. to reserve them. But the service over this side, the Excellence Club, was outstanding. It was amazing. So I can't speak to the other side because we were only on this side, but definitely we thought it was worth upgrading just to have this area alone. And now in addition to this area on the beach, if you upgrade, you also get this area towards the back, which is a private pool area and another bar. And as a part of the upgrade, you do get a better selection of liquor as well. Now right here is building 8. This is one of the Excellence Club upgrade buildings. So when you upgrade, you will be in a different building. We actually started in building 7, but we were supposed to have an oceanfront room. We really didn't. So they moved us over here to 8, and it was better, but still not that real oceanfront that we like when we go to a resort. And we're almost done. So we're gonna head back up. I wanna show you a few more restaurants that have amazing water views before heading back to the lobby. So another thing I look for when I'm booking a resort is if they have restaurants with water views. So I was thrilled that they actually had several restaurants. There was actually one behind me that I didn't walk through called The Grill. And then right next door is this one, which is the Lobster House. And they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I definitely recommend going to the Lobster House for dinner. It was one of our favorite meals. And this is the activity board. And like I mentioned, there is so much to do at this resort. You will never be bored, not for a second. So make sure you check out those other videos that we do on this resort so you can decide for yourself if you think that this would be a good resort for you. However, overall, I would definitely recommend this resort. I loved the layout. I think was one of my favorite things about it. And it was so easy to do the walking tour because of that. And I do answer all comments and questions. So if you have any, just drop them below and keep following our channel at 3 Days and Tres Noches. We're going to keep traveling this year. We're going to be going to Cancun again and Punta Cana and Aruba and keep bringing you those real honest reviews about the travel destinations that we go to and show you you don't need a whole week to have an amazing vacation.